Ladies and gentlemen, what's poppin'? It's your boy Sim,
And your boy Mike.
and we are back on Off the Clock Sports, and we're talking the NBA in-season tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about the tournament so far?
I like it. I like it. It's bringing a lot of excitement at this point of the season,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't have.
Yeah,
I know in past seasons, I really didn't pay attention to this point of the season.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. Who
just the beginning of
cares?
the season.
Yeah,
People don't really start paying attention until after Christmas. Christmas is like the
exactly.
launch day.
Exactly.
Now you got the in-season tournament that people are paying attention to, which I like it too.
Yeah. You got
You know?
teams starting off strong. You got teams that you don't expect to
Yeah.
start off strong.
Yeah.
So
You know what I mean? And that's one of the good things about it being early in the season is, every year you get teams at the beginning of the season that, they play good.
right.
You know what I mean? First 20 games of the season, they look like juggernauts. And then slowly start to wane off. But you got this tournament early in the season, kind of capitalizing on the Indianas and Indiana may stay a good team, but they weren't expected to be where they are. Orlando wasn't expected to be where they are.
No.
Right? Orlando's no longer in the tournament, but Indiana is.
And Orlando still had a good, strong start of the season. So
Yeah, they're like number 2 in the Eastern Conference,
Right.
or something like that. You know
Like
what I mean?
expecting Orlando to be up
Yeah.
there with them.
Right. You know what I mean? But they are. It's crazy. But I think it's been good because you're seeing some teams in it that, the Pacers, the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Everyone expected Milwaukee to still be there, and people kind of expected LA, could be there, or LA's got a household name, so
Yeah.
anytime LA's is something, I don't know if a lot of people think too much about it, but it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. And then to see like the Pacers were the number 2 seed
Yeah.
over the Boston Celtics, who were the 3 seed. So I think it's been a good thing. And there were a lot of people questioning it, but I think it's been a good thing.
It's definitely 2 teams in here that I don't think people were expecting, Pacers and Pelicans.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean? And
so
either one of those teams can win it.
yeah.
And I think that's going to be the draw of the in-season tournament. It's not going to be predictable.
Right.
Like the playoffs are kind of predictable.
Yeah.
Everybody, there's surprises along the way, but most of the time you end up with expected teams in the championship, teams
Right.
that you expect to be there most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely fun and interesting to watch. I'm disappointed that my Knicks got eliminated. They got blown out 146-122 by the Milwaukee Bucks. But it was exciting for them to be in it, to be in something like this. And I think it's a good learning tool for NBA players, especially for a team like the Pacers, who are, upstart team. You know what I mean? They're trying to learn how to win, and they won a big game over the Celtics. Did you expect the Pacers to beat the Celtics?
No, not a chance. I'll put it as straightforward as possible. Not a chance. I would have bet all my money on the Celtics to win that game.
Yeah. I didn't expect the Pacers to win that game either. Kevin Bergen, shout out to you, my brother. He said, I'm interested to see how far Indiana will go. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they got something brewing in Indiana. You know what I mean? They got something brewing there. They got a point guard that the Knicks should have had. I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there.
Right.
I was a big proponent of the Knicks drafting Tyrese Halliburton. But I gotta admit, I did say if Obi is there, take Obi at 8. But I was a big proponent of the Knicks drafting Halliburton. I just thought he was going to be good, and he's turning out to be really, really good.
Yes. He's definitely turning out.
Yeah. And Rick Carlisle might be a really good coach for him. And he got guys that can run.
And that's probably the difference, because who knows what Halliburton would have looked like on the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times it goes with coaching when you're coming out of college into the NBA.
Yeah, so. And Tom Thibodeau was a slow it down kind of coach,
right?
For real.
And for the most part, I don't think Halliburton is really a slow down player.
Nah, he wants to get up. He likes to get up and down the court, push the ball up the floor. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Pacers can score so many points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the Pacers would score so many points. My man Kevin, I knew this question was coming up. He said, would I take Halliburton over Brunson? No, I'd stick with Brunson. I think, and the reason why I say that, Kevin, is because of the team, is because of the coach and the team that we have. Right? Because we have Tom Thibodeau, I think Brunson is the right guy for the Knicks. Just hard-nosed. He, has the same mentality as Tom Thibodeau. Tyrese Halliburton is really, really good. I think he has a different mentality. He's a good defender, though. He's still a really good defender, but I just think he has a little bit of a different mentality than Tom Thibodeau.
That's not the system he would fit in the NBA.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I like Brunson and what he brings. In the end, I think Indiana's gonna need more time to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in a one game elimination tournament, anybody can win.
That's true. That's true.
Anybody can win.
One off night, you're done.
You're done. Right. You're done. You know what I'm saying? Out in the West, the Pelicans, they advanced. The Pelicans are another team. They're not like Indiana, but because, they already had Zion and Brandon Ingram and all those guys, they I don't want to say they're a surprise because they've been good before.
The surprise is that Zion's still healthy.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Everybody knows Zion. I mean, everybody know the Pelicans will be good as long as Zion's healthy.
Right.
It's just he hasn't been healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even played a whole season worth of games his career in the NBA.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. You know what I mean? He probably won't play the entire season this year. He'll be out at some point.
About 18 games.
It's something, 20 games. something. And then you got the Los Angeles Lakers, who, I don't think it's a surprise there that they would make it to Vegas.
No.
They're one of those teams that can muddle through the season or will muddle through the season and then somehow find a way to win in the playoffs or in tournaments like the in-season tournament. Because you got LeBron over there, he's got a great mind for the basketball game. You know what I mean? So, you kind of rely on that.
I mean, he's putting up some good numbers.
Yeah.
Especially for his age.
Yeah.
I mean, he's almost putting up numbers where he was doing his first few years in the league.
Yeah, I mean, Father Time again on one of these days, but don't seem like right now he's got the leg up on Father Time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably drink some Red Bull or something.
Something. So you got Indiana and Milwaukee in the East, New Orleans and the Lakers in the West. Right? Going to Vegas, for the little playoff elimination rounds. Well, you already had the elimination rounds, but they're going to Vegas. And of course, the two teams that win the next time they match up, which is tomorrow, plays for the cup. Right. Yeah. So let's talk about this Indiana-Milwaukee game. Then we can get to the Lakers and Pelicans. It's a tough one. Both teams can score, high-scoring teams.
Yes, they can.
Right? Indiana can score. Milwaukee can score. I feel like Milwaukee, I don't know, because Indiana is definitely an upstart team, but I feel like Milwaukee, the experience, will take them over the top. If they're serious about winning it, I feel like the experience can take them over the top. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they may be using this. They're not going to throw out a whole bunch of strategies that they would use in the playoffs and all of that stuff because it's an in-season tournament.
Right.
They're going to be cool with that. But I do feel like, Milwaukee, I feel like they can be looking at this and saying, all right, this is where we really jumpstart our season, because they really kind of struggled at the beginning of the season.
Milwaukee?
Now, I mean, they're 15-6. Second in the Eastern Conference. Orlando's third. So they managed to climb back up, but really they kind of, been iffy.
Mm-hmm.
They might be looking at this as, hey, this is the way that we can, let's jumpstart ourselves and really get it going. So I think Milwaukee's going to win the game. I think they have better defense than Indiana. Obviously, they can score, but I feel like they have more, proven guys with Dame Lillard and Giannis, who I mean, you have a question: is Tyrese going to continue doing what he's doing?
Right.
Is Miles Turner going to do this? Is whoever else? But what you're getting from Giannis and Dame Lillard. You know it, no matter what. They're doing their thing. It's the rare occasion that they don't. So I do kind of look at Milwaukee as coming out of that.
I actually agree with you on that. I'll take Milwaukee on that. Like you said, I think they score a lot of points and they got better defense to keep Indiana from having one of those little comebacks that they like to do.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think Milwaukee will still probably score about 120, 130.
Yeah.
Indiana will probably score about 115, 117 or so.
Yeah. Milwaukee just dropped 146.
Yeah.
On the Knicks. They shot 60% from the field. They shot 60% from the 3-point line. They made 23 threes. It's ridiculous numbers.
That is ridiculous number.
Ridiculous numbers. Now, unless Milwaukee comes back down to the mean, you know what I mean? Like, things always average out. So you shoot that hot one night, the next time you play, you may stink it up.
Go for 3 for 26.
Yeah, something wild. So you may stink it up. We'll see. But I'm gonna give it to Milwaukee, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana won.
Right.
And they may be more motivated to win it than Milwaukee is, though.
I don't know. I mean, I think I think the NBA wants Milwaukee to win because of Dame.
Now you want your conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why I say that about Indiana is because Milwaukee, like, they got their sights set on the championship. It's championship or bust for Milwaukee, right? That's where they are. Indiana's an upstart team, so it's like, they're not expecting to win a chip, but they can look at this and say, we're gonna have a chance to win this. This is single elimination. We have a chance to win this. You know what I mean? And this is a big, like, it could be a big stepping point for them, a big, really big for them, and a confidence booster for their organization.
And who's to say this might entice some people to want to come play for them?
Maybe
by the trade deadline.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know who wants to go to Indiana like that, but
I don't know.
You know what I mean? They might. I mean, they got a squad over there. They got a nice young squad with some pieces, and the addition of Obi Toppin, while he's not putting up like star numbers and nothing like that, has been good for them because he likes to run, and Tyrese Halliburton can get out and go. He likes to push the ball up the floor, so that plays right into the way that Obi Toppin wants to play.
Right.
So he's been a nice piece for them. They're winning basketball games. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana won, but I'm going to give it to Milwaukee. Then we got the Lakers and the Pelicans. That should be a good one.
I think that will be a good one.
Yeah.
I actually like that matchup. I really do kind of like that matchup for this type of game.
Yeah.
You have a few stars on both teams. You have a lot of role players. But I think I kind of like Pelicans on this one.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Pelicans. They're playing downhill right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers seem to. I don't think they're playing really downhill. They're always in a battle in every game they play.
Yeah. I think that's because they're old.
Yeah. They are old.
That they can't. They're not getting downhill.
Nah.
They start going downhill too fast. They might trip.
Start rolling down.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I think I'm going with the Lakers.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I'm going with the Lakers because of LeBron.
All right.
LeBron knows how to get it done in those moments. You know what I'm saying? I think he understands the importance of this is one win. We need, you lose, you're out. This is game 7. You know what I mean? So right. I think he understands the importance of that. Not saying that the Pelicans don't, but they got some younger players that may not fully grasp it. Or maybe they do because they've been playing AAU for so long. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I think that LeBron is going to use this as a way to motivate his team.
Right.
To motivate the Lakers. You know what I mean? And use it as a way to say, hey, let's prove to ourselves that we can, we can fight through the battle. We can win a championship, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Not that this is the major NBA, not the world champions, but it's something. And I think I don't think the Pelicans are going to be able to stop LeBron. And I'm not even talking about scoring a bunch of points. I'm just talking about him running his team, leading his team.
Right.
You know what I mean? And having his guys prepared.
I mean, yeah, you could be right. Either way, I like this matchup. I think it'll be a really, really good game. Watch at 9:00 at night. What's that, Thursday? Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be a really good game to watch.
Too bad we'll probably miss it, but
yeah, that's true.
Because we got a coach tomorrow night. We'll miss both games.
Yeah.
If the Knicks were playing tomorrow, they would have been playing at 5. I would have missed the game.
I mean, while we're coaching, we could always.
I mean, I probably would have been
the game at the same time.
Time out. All our players like, Coach, what are you doing? Like, hold on, I'm trying to get a play.
Go head back out of the court just for the play. Needed a second.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy time, I guess, because it's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's why.
5 o'clock game, then the 9 o'clock game, kind of weird, but
I mean, it feels like they're gonna. I mean, if you got tickets, are you getting tickets and it automatically has you in there for both games?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But that's an early game in Vegas, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time must be
3 o'clock there,
or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, yeah, early games. You know what I mean?
People about to get fired tomorrow.
Right.
They better stay on that. Right. Stay off that camera.
Right. And then of course there's going to be 2 teams battling for the cup. Which 2 teams do you have in the championship?
Like I said, I'm gonna go with Pelicans and Bucks.
Well, I guess we already said it because So you got the Pelicans and Bucks. I got the Bucks and the Lakers.
And then I think the Bucks are going to go ahead and take it all. They're just too good on both sides of the floor.
They might, yeah. I think I can agree with that.
Yeah,
the Bucks win it. They'll probably win. I hope they win it all.
Yeah,
they beat the Knicks.
I kind of want them to win it all.
Yeah,
you need them to win it all for your sanity.
Exactly. Huh? You know what I'm saying? I need the Knicks to lose to the team that won it all.
Right.
I mean, if you're gonna lose, you got to lose to the team that won it all.
You're like, well, at least we lost to the champs.
Exactly. They got hot. They went on a run. You know what I'm saying? That's why we lost. They got hot.
Right.
So we lost in the midst of their hotness. That's how we lost. So I got to do it that way.
I got you.
Keep my sanity like that.
I like that. I like that train of thought.
Yeah. And so what? The 8th is when that championship game is, right?
I believe so.
The 8th. We'll miss that one too.
Practice?
No, we play at
play in DC.
Play in DC at Saturday. Well, we'll still be there. Our game will be finishing up. We play on Saturday. We play at 7:15.
So the game's on Saturday?
Yeah, the championship game is at 8:30. Yep.
Whew.
Yep. So maybe we'll get a chance to see it. But
all right.
it's interesting tournament. How would you tweak it?
What, making it better? Try to make it better?
Yeah. What would you do to make it better?
I would probably I would probably extend it, make it a little bit longer. I'll probably make it at least through like maybe have the championship game on Christmas Day or New Year's.
I think what I would do, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. What I would do is I'd take away the All-Star game. And instead of having an All-Star game, just name All-Stars.
Right.
But the championship game
is
the focus. So now you got a whole half a season where these games are part of your in-season tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Part of your standings for the in-season tournament, and then it all culminates at the All-Star break.
And
the All-Star game sucks.
It does, but I think a lot of guys will be mad at you because don't they get paid extra to make that All-Star team?
But they can still get paid extra to make the team.
To make the team.
They just won't play in the game. They don't play anyway. They just run up and down the floor for cardio.
Throw alley-oops from half court.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't play anyway. You know what I mean? So, I think that would be a nice little, it would give, a lot. The only thing I guess it would take away from another event that they're having, right? Because now they're having an event in Vegas, and then they're still having the All-Star game. So I guess it would take away from another event that they have.
And then it'll take away from other cities that
it would do that
All-Star game too.
Yeah, right. It would do that too.
Revenue and everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Kevin Bergen's comment? In-season tournament winner, once they make the playoffs, they get some type of advantage.
Yeah, I actually think that the team that wins it gets an automatic spot in the playoffs.
I agree.
Right?
As long as they don't have no crappy second half of the season, though. Like, you can't go and win the cup and then all of a sudden lose 18, 20, 25 games in a row.
Right.
Like, nobody wants to see that.
Or you just get a spot in the not the playoffs, but the play-in. You automatically get a spot in the play-in.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or make the two teams that meet in the championship get the play-in spots from the East and the West.
Or it could be something like that.
Automatically.
It could be something like that. You know what I mean?
So now all the other teams, they can't play for a play-in spot. They have to play to get into the actual playoffs.
Well, you would have three spots available.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Those teams are in the play-in automatically because they made it to the championship.
And then you have to have
three other teams can make it to the play-in. Three other teams on each side because you do.
Oh, okay.
Because they go all the way 1 through 10.
Yeah, that's true.
And seeds 7, 8, 9, and 10 battle for the play-in. That could be the only thing about that is some teams will be mad, like, and then what happens is, let's say Milwaukee wins it, or Milwaukee's in the championship, the Lakers are in the championship for the in-season tournament, and then both of those teams are top 4 seed.
That's true.
Right now, what happens?
Yeah, I guess it'll just go back to.
It'll just go back to 4 teams they can make it because they're already a top team. But in the event that they don't make it, they automatically already have an in-season. They already have a play-in spot.
Right.
Yeah. That could, that could be something instead of, playing just for a cup. Kevin said, yes, that would make sense. Or maybe the home court advantage first round automatically. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I do think it should mean more than just a cup.
Yeah, definitely.
Just an exhibition or something like that. You know what I mean? Make it have some kind of season significance.
You got to put a little bit something extra on it towards the end of the season.
Towards the end of
to keep that incentive going.
Right. Right.
Like Indiana, I agree with Kevin. Indiana's probably not going to sustain what they're doing right now throughout the whole season. So,
yeah, it's going to be surprising if they do, but at some point, teams will start to figure them out.
Yeah,
I think. Still, Knicks fans, what's popping with you, my man, Ron? What they say? Oh, my bad. They put off the tournament. Said they what? Oh, let's go Knicks. Oh, yeah. They got put out the tournaments. I know. That's tough. It would have been nice for the Knicks to go to Vegas. I'm sure Vegas would have loved to have the Knicks in Vegas.
Yeah.
Because Knicks fans were going.
Of course they are.
Knicks fans were going to be there in Vegas betting money. Betting money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vegas wanted New York to be there. They didn't get it done. Julius Randle gave him 41 though. Give him that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been a good thing. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make tweaks as time goes on. I would like to see it longer.
Yeah.
Just a little bit longer. And maybe Christmas is the right time to do all of that.
I mean, like you said, when's All-Star, like in February, like second week of February or so? I wouldn't mind seeing it during All-Star weekend. I mean, I don't really watch. I watch the stuff before the All-Star game, but I don't watch the All-Star game. I watch the dunk contest, three-point contest.
The All-Star game is boo-boo.
Yeah.
The dunk contest is boo-boo. All of it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, like, the dunk contest, you get people you have no clue who they are in the dunk contest.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's really the weekend has turned out to be terrible. The 3-point shooting contest is cool.
Yeah, because pretty much everybody you heard of is in that, except for maybe one or two people that somehow make it through to like the second or third round or something. You're like, who is this dude? How is he shooting like that?
The skills competition is cool, but the All-Star game is just
trash.
Dumb.
It's trash.
It's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Then they try to make it like some schoolyard stuff. Like, all right, LeBron, you're a captain. You pick whoever you want out of the whole NBA.
Trying to do it. It's crazy. Ron said, I'm excited to see I'm excited to see what is going to happen in Vegas. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they promote it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And all that stuff. And then are they doing like an all tournament team?
That'd be interesting.
I mean, most tournaments have an all tournament team.
Like, yeah. I don't. Probably not though. The NBA just trying to do whatever they can, just a little bit, just get extra views and.
Yeah, I mean, not that the all tournament team would play,
right,
but they just name, guys who had really good performances or something like that.
I mean, technically, everybody's played in the tournament, so at one point,
right, yeah, maybe the knockout rounds, maybe like all tournament knockout rounds or something like that.
Yeah,
the courts.
How do you feel about those courts?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it. I heard somebody I was watching, I think QB Brown, he was doing a Knicks game, and he was saying that, some coaches are mad because, like we do, we teach players, to be at this line, at that line, or foul line extent, things like that. And all of those lines aren't on the court, but they're actually on the court. They're just, you got to be able to see where they are because there's so much color. Right. The lines are actually there. You know what I'm saying? I think the courts were cool. The uniforms cool. I think they just did the courts so that if you're catching it on TV, you say, "Oh, this must be an in-season tournament game."
Yeah, it's an eye catcher.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think that was really the only reason. And then they made it look like NBA 2K or something like that.
Right.
Literally.
No, they did. They did. You be turning by, it's like, is this a video game?
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what it looked like. But they did a decent job. Who are your surprise teams right now in the NBA?
Ooh, my surprise teams, I would have to say,
I mean, I'm definitely going with Orlando as one of them.
Oh, for sure.
Right? I mean, no one expected Orlando to be where they are right now, third in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 8-2 in the last 10 games. At one point, they had been on like an 8-9 game win streak, 14-7. Nobody expected that from Orlando. No. Indiana might be one of your surprise teams.
Indiana definitely is. I would have to say Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Minnesota.
Where?
Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people thought that, I thought that they would be middle of the pack, 7, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there.
That's their usual MO.
But 16-4 right now. 20 games. They're on a 5-game win streak. They're 8-2 in the last 10. Yeah, they got a tough defense.
Yeah.
They're hooping. They got a young star and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
A young vet star and Karl Anthony Towns. They got some things there, and we'll see if they can continue to play at this pace. They're definitely a surprise team.
And who would have thought Oklahoma would be up here at number
OKC.
3? Like, we did not include Oklahoma in the top 5,
right?
7-10,
right?
Right now.
Right. Yeah, OKC 13-7. So it's going to be interesting to see if these teams can keep it up.
Yeah.
We see a lot of times the first 20 games, we see a lot of teams be there, but then they slowly but surely fall out. I don't think Minnesota is.
Yeah.
Right? Because Minnesota's always been, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there.
Right.
And it just looks like now, like last season, when they got Rudy Gobert, and maybe it just took a little bit of time for them to really come together, but now they're coming together. Anthony Edwards is stepping in and hooping. Karl Anthony Towns is hooping, and they're big.
Yeah.
They can rebound the ball. Their defense is crazy. Yeah, Minnesota is for real.
Yeah, they're
for real. The Suns are kind of a surprise team in reverse.
Yeah.
But obviously, guys have been hurt all over the place.
From the start of the season.
Yeah. And they're almost like us. You know what I'm saying? We can't get any consistency. Our best player is hurt. She's been out since the fall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our second best player is, sometimes here, sometimes not because of academic duties and family stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can't get the consistency. We can't get it.
Right.
It's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? If we could get the consistency, we could start to build something. Every time we start to build something, somebody got to do something else. Got to go to a leadership conference. What about just leading the team?
Right. You don't need to be at no leadership conference to be a leader.
Just lead the team. You get all the conferencing you need right here. Playing with us. What's going on?
Oh, sheesh. Man.
But yeah, Phoenix they haven't been able to get their footing so far this season. They're 12-9 on the season, 7th seed in the play-in. I don't expect them to stay there.
Is Golden State a surprise to be down that low? I expect them to be in the top 10. I didn't expect them to be below the top 10.
I think their reign is over.
You think the breakup is coming?
Yeah.
The band is not going to be back together anymore?
I think the band is done.
By this trade deadline?
I don't know if they break it down and trade everybody away.
Depends on how fast this ship sinks.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to hold on and what pieces can we add to do this, that, and the third. But I think they're on the way down and out.
Who's the first one out of there? Clay?
Maybe. Draymond.
Draymond definitely.
What's Draymond's contract situation? Did
know.
he get re-signed, or is he a free agent this year?
I think he re-signed, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. I forgot. But I think that team is done. They're old. He signed a 4-year, $100 million deal.
So he ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Unless somebody really wants that contract.
Right. 4 years, $100 million, that's about $25 million a year.
Depends on if it's not front loaded or something.
Yeah, it's not crazy. So I don't know. I think they're done. Kevin said, "Yeah, Draymond." He said, "Yeah, I think they're done." That thing will break up. I think Steph is going to be there for the entirety of his career, maybe at the tail end, but they've won championships, so I just don't see that at the end of his career, he's going to be trying to tag on with somebody for a championship. I don't see that happening. I think he's just going to rock out in Golden State, even if they're not good. He's just going to finish his career there.
But I feel like he's so hungry. He's always hungry for a championship.
Yeah,
he might get tired of losing seasons every season.
I mean, how many seasons is it going to be for him? How old is he? How old is he? I mean, he's going to be retired soon.
31.
No, he's got to be older than that.
Is he older than that? Like 37? Is he like 30?
He's 35. Is he really? 35. Okay. 35. So I mean, give him 3 more years.
The good thing about him, he hasn't been getting hurt in a long time. He used to ankle issues, I believe, back in the day, but he stays pretty healthy.
Yeah, so, he's been. I mean, I give him 3 more years. I think he rides it out in Golden State.
He might be the next Tom Brady. He might try to go to 42.
No, that's LeBron. That's LeBron. I think Steph's gonna hang it up. Got to keep an eye on his wife. If you ever heard those rumors. So you know what I mean. So I think 3 more years, and they may try to keep it, and just for Steph, they might try to keep it steady.
Right.
You know what I mean, for Steph, and hope that they can get one more splash out of the brothers.
Your boy said he'd like to see him over there on the Knicks.
I'd take Clay on the Knicks. I'd take Clay on the Knicks over Quentin Grimes.
Who's not going to take Clay?
You know what I mean? I mean, Quentin Grimes is giving you 1 shot a game, 2 points per game.
That's not bad stats.
I mean, he is defending the best players on the floor.
Right.
But, I wouldn't mind having a Clay. I wonder if I wonder how things are working with Chris Paul on that team. Because, Chris Paul, it's always been said that he's not a good teammate. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a guy that's just like so, super duper intense. You know what I mean? And so I wonder how it's working over there with Chris Paul.
I mean, really haven't heard anything from about him over there. So I don't know.
I don't know. Because I thought it was a weird fit anyway with him.
It was. That was a super weird fit.
The way that they play and the way that he plays is, 2 different types of basketball games. I mean, obviously he's a gifted passer and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was kind of a weird fit.
I did too. When they said he was going there, I was like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, it didn't make sense to me. But and when you make a move like that, I think that's the beginning of the end. And I think it's the beginning of the end for the Golden State Warriors. And then but they've had a good front office. They've been able to continuously reinvent around Clay and Steph and Draymond. I think they're going to try one more time to reinvent around those guys before Steph retires.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're going to reinvent with, but they'll find a way to make something happen, I think.
I mean, maybe this is a bomb season so they could go ahead and grab a player or two out of the draft.
Or, they like Chris Paul's contract, he made a lot of money on his contract. Right. And this is the last year of that contract. So they were able to get out of what's Jordan Poole's contract by trading for Chris Paul.
Right.
Because Jordan Poole's contract extended longer.
Yeah.
So now Chris Paul's contract, I believe, ends this season. Right. So now they're going to have that money available. Right. Let me see. He's a free agent. So maybe it ends next season.
I mean, right now they're letting the Blazers beat them.
Let me see. So Chris Paul gets $30.8 million this season. And then he has a non-guaranteed contract for $30 million next season.
As option.
So basically, they can waive him before a certain date, probably somewhere around June 28th. Right. If they waive him, then either, he might get like $5 million or something like that. Who knows? Or maybe he gets nothing, but they can waive him and he doesn't get that $30 million, and that $30 million is off their books. And now they can use that to try to retool.
Yeah.
I
would. 30 million is a lot.
Yeah.
You could go probably get a couple of young players.
But the thing is, even when they let, even if they let, if they don't, if they waive them, they're so far over the cap, Golden State, that I don't think that $30 million is going to mean anything. Their payroll is $211 million. All right. Steph Curry, this season, Steph Curry, 51.9. Klay Thompson, 43. But Klay Thompson is a free agent at the end of the season. Chris Paul, 30.8. Andrew Wiggins, 24.3. That's like nothing right now for Andrew Wiggins.
Right.
I would trade for Andrew Wiggins' contract in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but it goes up.
Yeah, it goes
30
up.
million by the time 2026.
Right. But that's a player option. I think he'll opt out of that because he'll think he can get more money on the market.
Yeah.
Draymond Green, you see his contract, 22, 24, 25 million. So Chris Paul has this other year where they can waive him. And if they do waive him, that's $30 million. So they'll have possibly $74 million coming off the books. Their team payroll right now is 212. $73 million. That's going to get them down to 150 million or something like that. Which is still probably going to be over the cap, but not past the luxury tax. With the way things are set up now. So, I don't think Chris Paul's there next year. And then we'll see what happens with Klay Thompson since he's a free agent at the end of the season.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they move on from Chris Paul.
That's a lot of money.
Yep. Kevin said, I remember when their OG and Bob Myers said that they were light years ahead of everybody else. That didn't age well. Yeah, for real. Didn't age well.
Everybody caught up with them.
Yeah, didn't age well. Not at all. I mean, man, the NBA, man. The NBA.
Yeah.
The male version of Real Housewives.
What?
That's what the NBA is, man. The NBA is just reality. I guess the WWE is the men's version of Real Housewives, right? Wrestling, because that's all scripted and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The NBA is, guys play games, but you got so much stuff going on. It's like reality TV show. It basically is reality TV show. Really, it's just a big giant league, and you're following what's going on with each team and all the drama that happens with players and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Players like Quentin Grimes speaking out against the coach saying, I'm just sitting in the corner waiting for a shot. Every shot feels like 100 pounds of pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you got guys beating up their wives, guys pulling guns, all kinds of wild stuff going on in the league.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff going on. It's crazy.
I'll still take the money, though.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, no, without a doubt. All kinds of stuff going on in the league. The NBA.
Oh,
Kevin
man.
said the Warriors have to make a move. It's crazy to pay that luxury tax, and they're not even a contender at the moment. Exactly.
$211 million.
They got to pay the luxury tax on
and
that.
You're not a contender
You're
right
not
now.
a contender.
Is that the highest payroll in the league right now?
I don't know. I don't
Got to
know.
be close. It got to be up there.
I don't know. Phoenix probably has the highest payroll in the league. They got their payroll got to be, astronomical. No, it's 188. It's not crazy. So it might be Golden State right now with the highest payroll in the league.
Whew.
It's crazy.
Milwaukee, check out Milwaukee.
Milwaukee 189.
So yeah, I think Golden State might be the highest payroll, and they not even
9 and 11. They're 9 and 11.
You're not supposed to have a losing record.
Boston, they got to be pretty much up there, pretty high. 185. I mean, these teams are over the luxury tax, I believe, but not like Golden State at 211.
They're the only ones in the 200s.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Check Washington.
140. Yeah. Kind of expected that. Yeah, I don't know what the Wizards doing.
LA?
Knicks 164.
Both the LAs, maybe?
Let me see. The Lakers 168. Clippers 202.
There we go. I knew one of the LA teams were up there. But still, I mean, that's still a little over $9 million short of Golden State.
So basically what a lot of teams in the NBA are doing, though, is they're using that luxury tax as kind of a hard cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like it goes in tiers now. You're over the salary cap, when you receive, different kinds of, benefits that you can't use or sanctions, whatever you want to say. And then there's another apron, right? And you can go over the apron and then you hit the luxury tax no matter what happens.
Right.
There's a certain amount you just can't go over with that luxury tax. Boom, it just stops there. So a lot of teams, contending teams are like, well, you know what? We'll spend enough. We'll get to that hard cap. And they're using it as kind of a hard cap. And, but I mean, when you look at it like this, by having Steph Curry on the team, he's feeling the seats.
Yeah.
I mean, he's feeling the seats.
Still making that money back.
Yeah. So it's like, and I think a lot of owners look at it that way, like, hey, these guys, I'm paying $211 million. Plus I got to pay the luxury tax, whatever that is. But I'm making $700 billion or whatever. Not $700 billion, like $700 million.
Right.
I'm making $800 million, or a billion. You know what I'm saying? So that 200 and, that $350 million that I got to pay with the luxury tax and all of that, still bringing in $1 billion. So,
I mean, look at your boy, Mark Cuban. I mean, that's going to be a story for another day, but look what he just did.
Mm-hmm.
All that money he made and still has ownership in the
team. Still has decision-making power.
Yeah. Like smartest man in the world.
A guy who dropped out of college or whatever. I knew I should have dropped out.
Should have.
I knew I should have dropped. I tried to tell my parents I'm going to drop out.
I want to be like Mark Cuban one day.
Knew I should have dropped out. Probably would be rich right now.
You would be. You would be.
I'd have did something. I'd have, been like Mark Cuban and did some computer stuff.
Right.
Been rich.
I'm taking college classes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop out tomorrow.
There you go. Get that done. Get that done. Do that right now.
Hope my wife ain't listening.
Do that right now. Drop out.
Right.
Get rich.
Get rich quick.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA. We're gonna get up out of here. 11:54. I gotta take this cold ride home. It's gonna be cold outside.
Yeah.
It snowed in like the western side of Maryland or something like that last night.
It was kind of snowing a little bit earlier today around the area.
It's coming.
It was coming snow and
man.
ice. I stepped out of my car. I was getting pelted. I was like, "Oh man,
it's coming, man." The almanac or whatever, they're saying that we're supposed to get some snowstorms this year. Some couple serious snowstorms.
6 feet of snow. Here it comes.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't been sledding in a while. I probably won't go this year, even if it is snow. But I don't know. My grandkids probably gonna want to go. Ain't no hills around here though to really go sledding on.
Yeah, I don't know where no hills are.
Ain't no real hills. The only hill that there was one time is when they were building houses, and there was like a big hill of rocks. And when it would get filled with snow,
and you don't want
to go up there.
I don't know. You want to sled down no hill of rocks?
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? But yeah, time to brace for it.
Yeah, I'm ready for it though.
Time to brace for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time. We're going to get up out of here. Enjoy the in-season tournament. And we'll be back to talk about the results.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, peace.
Peace.